Hi friends, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I'm so happy that you're here. Today, we are hopping into another weekly vlog. We are officially in the holiday season. Some would say that that started the day after Thanksgiving. Fair, I agree, but it's December 1st. Christmas is literally around the corner and I couldn't be happier. This is my favorite time of the year. This is the happiest time of the year for me. Also, the most stressful time, but we're not going to talk about that. In my head, I had grand plans. I was like, I'm going to do Bookmas or Vlogmas, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to hit the ground running. But let's be honest, I'm still learning this YouTube thing. I'm still trying to get confident with my editing and recording schedule and all that jazz. So your girl doesn't have the mental space for that. Not yet, at least. Maybe next year. We'll give it a try. But what I am going to do this year is 4 weekly vlogs in the month of December, just following the month and what I'm reading. So in an effort to not have this intro be 10 minutes long, let me just hop right into what I'm going to be hopefully reading this week. This first book, I've been reading on this since October. Court of the Vampire Queen. I am past the halfway point. I have 183 pages left before I am finished with this book, and I'm determined to finish it this weekend. It is Friday. I will be done with this book by Monday. It's not a bad book. I do like it. Right now, we are sitting at a 3-star rating. When I'm not reading this book, I don't really have the want or inclination to pick it up and get back into the story. The first novella in this book had me super intrigued. The second one, it has taken maybe 10 or 11 chapters before the second one grabbed me again. It's seeming like things are making a turn for the best. So the last 2 novellas could sway me and make my rating a little bit higher. We shall see. The next book that I plan to read in this vlog is The Duchess Effect by Tracey Livesey. This is going to be a buddy read with my bestie Whitney, and we are going to start reading this book on Monday. It is book 2 to American Royalty, and it follows Duchess and Jameson, Prince Jameson. I could not have remembered that name if there was a gun to my head. But I loved American Royalty. I think I've said it before. It started off a little like what to me. But I ended up really liking it and I pre-ordered this whenever it was coming out. I cannot wait to get to it. Now, as for anything else that I decide to read during this week, it's probably going to be on my Kindle. I have downloaded some holiday romances that I'm excited to get to. Tangled to Tinsel is probably definitely going to be a book that I read after The Duchess Effect, or maybe I'll read it at the same time. We shall see. This is going to be a fun week. I do have a couple of things planned. Tomorrow I'm going to see the Beyonce movie. Y'all have heard me fangirl about Taylor Swift on this channel, but Beyonce is my queen. Beyonce is my mother, and I cannot wait to see her movie. I went to the Renaissance tour when she came to Nashville in July. I'm so happy that I get to experience it again. The fact that she is bringing this to the big screen, I'm giving her my coins. Simple as that. We are going to see Beyonce at the movies. I'm not going to be decked out like I was for the tour, but I am going to be wearing my merch, and I do plan to purchase whatever merch she has blessed us with. I will be back with y'all whenever I have reading updates, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, I'm here for another check-in. I have about 109 pages left in Court of the Vampire Queen, and I am really hoping that I can either finish this tonight or in the morning, but I may sacrifice sleep. to get through this tonight. 100 pages, it would be worth it. Since it has been a while since I've talked about this book in a vlog, I am going to try and reintroduce what this book is about. It follows Mina and 3 other vampires whose name is Malachi, Raylan, and Wolf. Those 3 vampires are bloodline vampires, and we end up finding out that Mina has some type of special power. But basically, these 4 are bonded to each other through circumstances that happen in this book, and they are all running from Mina's father. I was wrong in the beginning of this book saying that this was 4 novellas. It is actually 3, and I am in the 3rd one now. And so we are making our way to the end. This book is still sitting at a 3-star for me. As far as the characters, I like all the male vampires. Mina is not my favorite person. A part of me is struggling because I just finished reading a character who is very self-loathing and self-deprecating, and now I'm back in this book to Mina, who is the exact same way. And so I'm ready for a strong female main character, and I think that she's going to try to be that person within the last 10 chapters of this book. But girl, I'm going to try to finish this book tonight. I do have a friend coming over, so when I have an update, I will be sure to give it to you. I am currently on my way to the Beyonce movie, and I thought I would hop on here and give an update for Court of the Vampire Queen since I did just finish it. As of right now, that book is sitting at a 3 stars for me. I did enjoy reading it, but it didn't really give much. If you like Katee Roberts and you want to read her backlist and you want to have anything that she's ever written in your on your shelves, I would definitely say pick this up and read it. But if you've never read her, do not start here. This is not the place for you to start. I feel like she has much better works out there. This book was all smut, and that did not bother me. I don't mind smut heavy books, but there was very minimal plot. I just was not interested. Like I kind of knew that things were going to happen in the favor of these main characters, but like getting to that point, I was uninterested on how we were going to get there. What I can say about the spice is everything just kind of became really repetitive, like the spice scenes did, and the book was messier than I thought it was going to be. Like, I know we're dealing with like vampires, but like all the biting and bloodletting that went on was so much messier than I expected. I do think that trying to read these all at the same time was probably my biggest hindrance. I feel as though if I would have read this when it originally released, and it was like 1 novella at a time and not like a bind up trying to read all 3 of them, I feel like I probably would have responded a little bit differently to the story, because it wasn't like, it would have been drip fed instead of trying to drink from a like fire hose. I did like the epilogues. I liked the jump ahead in time at the end, and I liked the snippet of the Demon Bargainer series. I think that's what it's called, or Deal with the Demon series that she wrote. I did not know that this book was like interconnected in a way, very loosely, as in like one of the major characters in the Deal with the Demon series appears in Court of the Vampire Queen. Yeah, so I stand by that 3-star rating. I don't think it's going to go up or down. I do think that there's a possibility that I will revisit this book in the future. I have decided to not unhaul this book because the book has the author's annotations in the back and kind of like what she was thinking during the writing and revision process, I'm assuming. And I do think that's very interesting. And this has been a very chaotic update, so hopefully I can piece this together. I have decided that I am going to prioritize my 10 before the end reading list. So since I got finished with that physical book, the next book that I am going to pick up is Verity. I just want to go ahead and knock it off my list. So I am going to read Verity and see what I think, and I am going to let you all know what I think as well. That is all for now. I will be back when I have an update to give. Just got home from the Beyonce movie, and it was everything that I could have hoped it would be. I hope she puts it on streaming so that everybody can experience it. It was awesome. Hi friends, a couple of days have passed since I have given you an update. Well, a day has passed since I've given you an update. It is now December 4th. And the last time I would have updated you is when I was on my way to the movie theater on Saturday. So Saturday evening, I decided to start a Kindle book because I just wanted something to break up Court of the Vampire Queen before I jumped into Verity. I did start Tangled in Tinsel. It was cute. It was fun. It gave the holiday vibes that you're looking for. I ended up finishing it on Sunday. Tangled in Tinsel is a Christmas watch use novella, and it was a fun time. That author, Trelina Pucci, I believe is how it's pronounced, she knows how to write like quick, funny, like witty relationships. It was super spicy. I would probably give that like a 4 chili pepper rating. Things don't really heat up until like 45%. Like it's like a constant build, so it's not just like throwing you in. Samantha, our female main character, I really enjoyed reading her. I enjoyed being in her head. She's very quirky and goofy and just awkward, and it was really interesting to be in her head in the situation that she found herself in. I don't have a star rating for it yet because I don't really know where it's sitting with me, but I had a good time. So Sunday night, I did decide to start Verity. I'm almost 40% into this book from what I read last night and what I read on my lunch today. I have been in a place of shock. I've been in a place of just feeling creeped out. I don't trust anybody, not even the main character whose head we are in. It's just a lot going on. I will say, as of right now, I am invested. I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm intrigued. And I'm terrified for multiple reasons. I'm terrified because, like I said, this book is creepy. And not only that, I'm scared to like a Colleen Hoover book. This is dark and this is disturbing. We are following Lowen Ashley, and she is a writer who is, I want to say, down on her luck. She just had a loss and she is in financial straits when she gets the opportunity to complete a book series that a very well-known, beloved author named Verity has written, and she is unable to finish the series for reasons that are explained in this book. We are following Lowen as she is in Verity's house, and she is there to go through like Verity's documents so that she's able to finish the series that Verity started. And Lowen finds Verity's autobiography that nobody knows about. And we are reading Verity's manuscript. I'm going to leave that there because a lot is happening. Lowen is very weird. Like, she's just weird is probably not the right way. Like, she's definitely introverted, but she is almost like the emotional intelligence or awareness, or like, she reads almost like she is dead inside. And then Jeremy, who is Verity's husband and another person that Lowen interacts with very frequently, he is dead inside from tragedy. Like, you can see it. There is literally a flicker of emotion between these two people. And I am just creeped because she's in this house and Verity is in there, supposedly bedridden. And, you know, things are happening. Plus, she's reading this autobiography, and you are just like, what the heck is going on? So, like I said, I am almost to 40%. I think I was at 38% when I logged it in my Storygraph account. And I know I'm supposed to start The Duchess Effect today. And I will either start that today or tomorrow. If I stick to reading this, I will probably stay up late to try to finish as much of this book as I possibly can. And just start The Duchess Effect tomorrow, because I don't think I can pick up something else without finishing this, truthfully. I am, I think, a little past 50%. I got some reading done before we left to go shopping. My body, my mind, my thoughts are telling me that Verity is not as sick as she's coming off to be. And I don't know if I should believe that or if I'm just reading into Verity's autobiography, the person that Verity has basically told us that she is, which is psycho. This woman is like crazy. I cannot believe, like, anytime we read a passage from her autobiography, I'm just like, what? Like, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. The other thing, Lowen is literally in this house with people she does not know. And she had just consented to having a lock on the outside of her door. Sweetie, you do not know these people. Like, there has to be other precautions that you can do to help with your sleepwalking. This is not one of them. Let's not do this. Like, what? I really thought that I was going to be like rolling my eyes and like over it, to be 100% honest. And I am on a roller coaster ride that I am not sure that I want to get off of. But I feel it personally responsible that I need to finish this book tonight. I don't think that I can take this book into another day and not know how it ends. So while I am fully prepared to lose sleep tonight, I don't think that's probably the best decision, but I do not see how I'm going to make myself stop reading this. I will let y'all know where I am at the end of the night before I get in bed, if I finish this or if I'm going to have a little bit more to read tomorrow, but I really hope that I get this finished. Okay, as you can see, I did not provide an update last night because it was 11:30 when I finished Verity, and honestly, I am not happy with the ending. I don't know how much detail I will be able to go into right now, but I was a little disappointed, and I'm not gonna lie that for the majority of the book, I was engaged, but the ending made me mad in a way of like, I don't like the way like infant and child abuse was used as a shock factor, and then you're gonna try to tell me that what happened could possibly have not happened. And I know there's a whole thing on the internet where it's like letter versus manuscript. And let me just tell you right now where I stand, and that's manuscript. I was so pissed off when the letter came into play in this story. You can't convince me that Verity was not the villain of this story. I'm gonna put something on the screen while I talk about these spoilers, and when they're gone, you'll know. This woman writes a manuscript basically detailing how she loved her husband so much, hated her children, wished her children were dead from conception, tried to kill them, did kill them, and you're telling me I'm supposed to believe that the letter that was found is supposed to be like seen as genuine and not as you trying to cover your tracks? Because if that was the case, why would you have it hidden in the floorboard instead of where somebody could see it? I just like, that ending pissed me off. I almost could have looked past the shit that was in that manuscript. Not looked past it as in like being okay, but looked at it as in like, okay, this is a true psychopath that we're dealing with, and not a writer doing journaling exercises. There is not a writing exercise that can make me write the heinous shit that was in that manuscript, that fake manuscript. Like, no, if that's something that you're gonna write, you need to put journaling exercise. Even if you were dumb enough to sit down and write that crap, you need to put journaling exercise at the top of that page, and not just write that and then leave it all, like leave it basically where somebody can read it. Because not only does she write this, she prints it thinking, oh, I'll come back to that. Girl, no. I finished this book and I put it down and I was literally like, did I just read that? Is that what I just read? Like, something about the way Verity ended, I'm talking Verity the person, made me feel good, because it made me feel like justice was served. But then you try to throw in this last minute lob of like, just kidding, maybe justice wasn't served. Like, no matter how you shake this, Verity was manipulating a situation, period. That's it. That's the black ass bottom line, is Verity was still manipulating from the grave with that stupid ass letter. I'm pissed. I don't even know what I want to rate it, because I'm so mad right now that the rating would honestly be 2 stars. Like, the book was creepy. It made me uncomfortable, so it won there. People are going up for this book. Like, at best, this book will get 3 stars from me. And that is because it kept me engaged. And I read it in 24 hours because I felt like I had to get to the end. I had to find out what happened. But I'm very upset that I got to the end and found out what happened, because this book pissed me off. Like, that ending made me so mad. If Lowen did not hear Crew say, I almost forgot the stuff out of the floor in mommy's room, who would have known? Who would have found that? And the person I really feel bad about in the story, or for, is Lowen. I feel bad for Lowen, because she was just an unsuspecting soul who got swept up in the shit that is Verity's life. Friends, it has been a couple of days since I have spoken with you about what I'm reading this week. It is now December 7th. It's Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. And I have updates. I have started, I believe, 3 books since we last talked. The last time I gave you an update, I had just finished Verity. And I feel like I've calmed down since that update. I am still trying to decide what I want to rate that book. It'll either be like a 2.5 or a 3. I'm leaning more towards a 3, but that ending was not for me. I mentioned I have started 3 books since then. Yes, 3. The first book I actually finished this morning. It was an audiobook, and it was Single and Ready to Jingle by Piper Rain. And it was a cute little Christmas book. I think it's a novella. It was pretty short. It was only like 6 hours. It was cute. It was spicy, if I have my timeline correct. This couple knew each other for 6 weeks. I'll take that back. I'll give them 2 months. They knew each other for 2 full months, okay? The ending was not what this couple needed after knowing each other for 2 months. I'll just leave it at that. Like I said, it's a Christmas novella. It is brother's best friend, semi enemies to lovers, maybe like dislike to lovers, not like full on enemy, but they did not like each other at the beginning of this. And it's forced proximity. So we had the nice like ingredients to make a delicious little Christmas book. And like I said, for the most part, I did like it. I will probably rate it a 3 stars. I was leaning more toward like 3.5, but the ending again of this book just kind of threw me off, and I was like, I don't know. All I kept going, literally, as soon as the event happened, I just kept going, 6 weeks? 6 weeks. You have known each other for real for 6 weeks. And this is where we are. So the next book I started was also an audiobook, and it is Mariah Carey's biography. It is The Meaning of Mariah. I'm pretty sure it's what it is. Mariah Carey is narrating, and I love when the author of their biography like actually narrates the book. But it's very interesting because as she's telling her story, she is looping in the songs and the parts of her life that inspired the lyrics that she wrote. And she sings a little bit in it. So it has been very interesting, but that one is long. It's like 11 hours. So it'll probably take me a little bit to get through it because I'm not really in the car that much. And then, of course, the last book that I started and that I am a little more than halfway through is my buddy read with Whitney, and we are reading The Duchess Effect. It's really good to see this couple together again because I liked them. They are so sweet. I'm trying to figure out how to talk about this without giving away too much, because obviously you have to read book 1, which is American Royalty, and it's such a good book. I loved book 1, but there is so much drama in this book, and not even necessarily drama with the main characters. What I will say with being 50% in this book, I do not like the setup of what the conflict is going to be. My heart is already breaking right now, and I keep praying each chapter that one of the main characters tells the other main character what is going on and does not continue to leave them in the dark. But this book follows Jameson and Danny. Jameson is the Prince of London. He's, Prince of England. I think that's right. And Danny is a American rapper known as Duchess. And basically they are both just trying to navigate their romance and love for each other after normal for them kind of blew up. Prince Jameson had a career where it wasn't being a part of the royal family pretty much because he is the spare and not the heir. And that career kind of has been put on shaky ground. Danny's career of being a rapper is being called into question because she is in an interracial relationship. She also had a beauty line that she's really trying to grow so that can be her full time and she doesn't solely have to rely on music. And that is hitting rough waters, and just everything around them is just continuously, I don't want to say blowing up, but continuously shaking the ground that they stand on. One of my biggest tropes that I do not like is miscommunication. Now, don't get me wrong, miscommunication can be done in a way that works. It's not being done that way, in my opinion, so far in this book. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that we get more than what it's giving right now. I know that does not make sense, but I don't know. Outside of that little bit though, I'm having fun. I don't remember what I rated the first book. I feel like maybe I rated it 4 stars. I would not be surprised if I actually rated it 5 stars because I really liked American Royalty. It was really good. But right now, this book is sitting at probably a 3.5 star for me. But like I said, me and Whitney are buddy reading this, and I think we're kind of feeling the same way as of right now. I'm a little bit farther ahead. The last time I checked our Storygraph buddy read conversation, I was a little bit ahead of her. So I'll need to check to see if she's caught up and if she's feeling the same wiry emotions that I am about what's going on in this book. But that is my update for what I am reading right now. Tonight, I don't know if I'm actually going to start a like new book on my Kindle or if I'm just gonna listen to Mariah Carey's book. That's all I have right now. And when I have another update, I'll be sure to give it to you. Friends, we have made it to the end of another book that I am highly disappointed in. I had such high hopes for The Duchess Effect, and unfortunately, it did not deliver. Right now, I am feeling like this is a 2.5. I wanted so much more for this couple. I absolutely loved American Royalty. I know I've said that once in this video, but this follow-up did not give me what I needed it to give. There is just a thread of deception that is literally started in probably 20 to 25% of this book, and it follows all the way through till probably 85% of this book. And I feel like the person who was doing the deceiving did not have to apologize in a way that I felt like they should have. And I feel like if it was the other character that was doing the deceiving, we would have this grandiose apology. And I just could not enjoy the book knowing that there was a lie that was really affecting the other character and they did not know about it when it should have been something that was said. I feel like there were other ways that conflict could have came up that we could have watched these two work through together instead of how this book played out. Last night during my shift is when I finished The Duchess Effect. While I was driving around, I did read more of Mariah Carey's book, and I am about halfway through that one. So there's a good chance that I will finish it tonight during my shift. So with that being said, I think I'm going to end this week's vlog right here. I have finished 5 books since last Friday. And honestly, I'm not happy with the rating. So I finished Court of the Vampire Queen, and that book I am probably going to rate 3 stars. I finished Tangled in Tinsel, and that book is probably going to be like a 3.5 star rating. I finished Verity. That's probably going to be a 2.5 or 3 star rating. I finished Single and Ready to Jingle. That is a 3 star book. And then I finished The Duchess Effect, and that is going to be a 2.5. As far as how I'm feeling right now, that could change by the end of the month. But yeah, unfortunately, that is how we're ending this vlog with 3 books in a row that the ending has completely just pulled the rug out from under me and made me dislike the entire thing. So I will be picking up the next vlog either tomorrow or Sunday. Fingers crossed that we have better luck with our books in the next vlog. And yeah, if you made it to the end, leave me a crown emoji for The Duchess Effect. Make sure you Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more from me, and share with all your friends. I will see you in the next video.